Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the What's Cooking Wednesday here, BigJon TV. I'm in the kitchen today. Jess will probably pop in later. We're cooking meat today. I'm gonna fire up the barbecue pit. I got the day off. The weather's nice. It's a little bit windy, but I'm craving some meat and I want to play with fire. So let's get going. One of the most intimidating pieces of meat to barbecue is a brisket. They're kind of pricey. They're kind of big. It's kind of a big deal. It's kind of an effort to do. I'm going to show you a nice, quick, and easy. We're going to call it a Texas style, and I'll show you why in a minute. We're going to cook a little bit hotter and faster than normal barbecue would be, and that's okay, because we're going to get it to a nice tender spot. It's going to be perfect eating. Alright, so what we got here is what you'll hear it called is a full packer brisket, meaning that it's the entire chunk. It's both the flat and the point. Sometimes you'll find just the flat at a store. If you can find a whole packer, there's a lot more fat, a lot more flavor. This is the preferred for me. This is a Costco USDA Prime. It was actually a good price. It's been in the freezer for a while. Like I said, I was just getting a hankering for it, so it's time to fire one up. So let's open it up. Alright, so there it is. Now, if you see any big giant pockets of hard fat like this one right here, that will do nothing. Go ahead and remove it. But realistically, I'm going to do very little work to this. I'm going to make it super easy. Flip it over. Now see, this is the fat cap here. And you'll see it's fairly thick down on this end. Same with up here. So let's trim some more. I'm only going to take off just the top layer. I still want it nice and covered in fat. That'll help protect it while it cooks. Okay, so because this isn't a competition, this is just, like I said, nice and easy. I'm going to be done. That's going to be it. Some places, specifically in Texas, like you probably wouldn't see much trimming at all, especially in a restaurant. They would just pull it out and season it right away, and that'd be it. Alright, now for the rub. You're going to want to write this one down because it's really big, a lot of ingredients. Salt and pepper. This is a half a cup of kosher salt and a half a cup of ground black pepper, and that's literally it. Combine the two. Now, if you've ever heard the term a Dalmatian rub, this is that. It's black and white. It's salt and pepper. That's it. You're keeping the flavor profile really, really simple because you want the meat to shine through. You don't want to cover it up with a bunch of other stuff. And then you're going to apply it fairly liberally. It can really handle it. As big as this piece is, you'll be all right. Both sides. Don't forget the edges. A half a cup and a half cup is probably a little bit more than I needed for this size, but that's all right. That's it. That's the prep method. This brisket's ready for the pit. All right, so it's a bit windy out here. We'll get this done quick. This is the Weber Smoky Mountain. There's no water bowl in this pit at all. I literally just filled up a chimney full of Kingsford briquettes. Lit them till they were almost fully grayed over. Dumped them in the bottom. Meat's going on. That's it. We're cooking. We're gonna let this go. It should sit around 325 to probably around 325. We'll let it go for 2 or 3 hours. We'll come back and check it. Okay, now that we're cooking, this is a little bit different than standard barbecue, where I can't just like throw it in there and let it go and not pay attention to it. So every half hour to an hour, I'm going to come out, check it. I may flip the whole thing over. We'll see how it looks. So it's a little bit more interactive this way because it's a little bit higher heat, but that's okay. So it should sit around 325 degrees, 300 degrees or so. We'll check on it every hour. All right, it's been an hour. Hear that sizzle? Looking good. Let's give it a flip. Maybe. There we go. So I'm gonna let it back up. And then you see the smoke coming out. Let me show you what we're using. Apple hickory oak blend. Perfect for beef. Another handful in. Check back in an hour. Alright, so coming up on 3 hours, we're hitting about 160 degrees in the center of this brisket. And this is where we're at right now. We're going to wrap it. And in keeping in line with the Texas brisket idea, we're going to wrap it in butcher paper today.
Ready?
Yep. All right. So the same theory as in wrapping it in foil, but with paper. Wrap it up like it's a Christmas present. Alright, so now that it's good and wrapped, it's going to go back on the cooker, just like that. I'm going to find a spot to insert a meat thermometer. I'm going to start watching the temperature. I want to get to around 200 degrees. Back on the cooker. Alright, so after a total of 5 hours, I'm hitting the numbers that I like. I'm hitting around 205, 210 in the flat. It probes like butter. It goes in and out super easy. I'll show you more of that once I get this bad boy open. But at this point, it's done. If you're a couple hours away from dinner time, wrap it in a towel, stick it in the corner of the counter, empty ice chest, whatever you got, let it sit and rest until it's time to slice and eat. So that's our next move. We'll be back in a few. Alright, we've rested a little bit. Probably could have gone longer, but you know what? I'm ready to start eating. So let's unveil this bad boy. This is the first time I've ever actually used butcher paper. I've wanted to do it for quite a while. We'll see how it turns out. Wow, look at that. Oh man. Beautiful. So now this is what I was talking about earlier when I said it probes like butter. See how the thermometer just goes in and right back out? A little bit of jiggle to it. That's what you want. But it's not falling apart either. I'm really excited by that. Okay. Oh man, look at that. All right. So now you've also heard me talk previously about slicing meat against the grain. And this is a really good piece of meat to show you what I mean by that. So look at this piece of meat here. See how the grain pulls apart that way? That's what you want. Versus, yeah, it still falls apart. You know why? Because it's good and tender. It's got a nice little smoke ring to it. Good and tender. Alright, I'm going to slice this out and then we'll get to eating. See how it drapes over the finger naturally without me having to bend it. But it doesn't just fall apart on its own. That's a good thing. Alright, so we're starting to get into a separate muscle here with meat. You can see there's that line. If you were in Texas, they would just turn it a different way, an angle, and just keep slicing it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to separate it out now. Like that. So this is all flat. This is the point. This we can just keep slicing now all the way through. So here's one of those big giant piles of fat that I just went ahead and left, because I can remove it now. Again, super tender, but it's not just falling apart on its own. That's what you want. Good stuff. And then this one, the muscle, the meat grains go the other way. So again, you just got to find them, go against them. If you wanted to make burnt ends, this is what you would make burnt ends out of. These pieces right here. So basically I would just take it like that, cube it up like that, throw some sauce, throw it back in the cooker, and let it go, and that's it. Alright, we'll get this plated up and it'll be time to eat. Alright, so like I said with the burnt ends, all those big cubes that I chunked off the point, into a tray, a little bit of sauce to them, toss them around, get them good and coated. We're going to cover them up in foil, throw them in the oven, 300 degrees for about half hour, maybe an hour at the most. And I believe burnt ends. Or you could go back in the smoker if it's still got heat. Alright, here we go.
It smells really good in here.
What's your favorite piece of barbecue?
Brisket.
Brisket. Don't do them very often. Like I said, it's a $40 chunk of beef. But this method, cooking it at 300 plus degrees, from start to finish, it's been 5 hours. That's really, really good. And it's just as tender if I cooked it at 250 degrees. So
yeah, it really is. Like, it falls apart.
You got to get it to the right temperatures. 200 plus degrees, 205 degrees. You could do this in an oven. Same exact technique. Roast in the oven, 300 degrees, open, let it get all good and set in the color and the flavors and the cooking. Then wrap it in foil if you have it. Butcher paper works fantastic. That was a new one for me today too. Cook it till it's tender. That's what you want. Not necessarily a length of time or a temperature, but a feel. And I showed you what it looks like in and out. And then slice it against the grain. So you could do it in the oven, you could do it in the gas grill, same thing. Keep it away from the heat. Let's eat it.
For just being seasoned with salt and pepper, this is so flavorful. You get the taste of the meat.
Yep.
You get the little bit of salt and pepper. Some of the ends are a bit salty. When you get the center sections where it's balanced, it's so perfect.
You know there's barbecue on it. You know it's been smoked, but it's not overpowering. Everything balances out really, really well. This is fantastic brisket.
It's a winner. You want a bite?
Maddie loves brisket too.
Hi.
That's good right there.
Take this one.
Do it. So my method, Weber Smoky Mountain, 5 hours. Flip it every hour, 300 degrees, 300 plus, maxed out. Just charcoal in the bottom, wood chunks in there for smoke. Back and forth a little bit. Wrap it in paper, let it go. 200 degrees, 205 degrees, 210 degrees. That's it. Super simple, guys.
Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this video.
I did.
I had a nice time not being in the kitchen till the very end. That was awesome.
Yep.
And make sure you click the like, subscribe, share with your friends.
Yep. Thanks for watching.
Next time.
See you guys.
Bye.